2-minute warm-up and then we'll get the game underway. Thank you, guys. Okay guys, starting fives for the ice please, starting fives for the ice to get this under-16s game underway. Team Kirk are the home team, Team Clark are the away team for purposes of this fixture. 3 18-minute periods and then subject to overtime for the additional point regardless of the result and the outcome. Game time.
We're underway then for our second under-16s round of matches for the day, the final tomorrow. They play their final group game tomorrow morning. But this is Team Kirk versus Team Clark in the under-16s, the 2009-2010 category. Both of these sides won their first game earlier on. First shot coming out from Forbes. Pushed aside by starting netminder William John Hanna from the Fife Flames under-16s. Dmitry Volkov's got the starts early for Team Clark. Apologies, Team Kirk drew and then drew their general game and then in overtime didn't get the bonus point. Played around the boards, will be sat in the Kirk zone and a good forecheck from Caleb Walker. Slow things down that little bit. Kirk pinned up against in their zone. They started off really fiery at the start of their first game against Team Bounds. Josh Guy trying to get it out of the Kirk zone and kept in well by Keller. Got a goal earlier. Team Clark pressing really well to start off this game, trying to trap Kirk in the zone. Carry on and gets them out quickly As soon as he's back in. Picked up off by Team Kirk. Back round it will go for Harry Marshall. Many of the Leeds Junior Knights players here, they'll be having a very good time. At Junior Nationals, quite a few teams heading their way to qualify. Offside. Play will be blown dead. Down in towards the Kirk zone. Barker will be there to try and play this out. Both D-men closed down behind, and that left them a little bit vulnerable. Not able to keep it on side is Team Clark, so they'll circle back out. Play back through the middle. Great passing play forward. Back door is there, but right into the skates. The pass towards Frankie Parnell wasn't the pin perfect it needed to be, and avoiding a hand pass there. Nearly collecting it was Frankie Parnell from DJ Dowd. Bruce wants it down in this bumper position. Will be played out to Parnell as Team Kirk goes for a change. Parnell opens up a bit of space, moving down over on this near side, waiting for a bit of assistance behind the back pass, but again waiting for extra reinforcements. He's going to need a bit more than Ben Elliott. McMillan. That's played round, and now Parnell will get himself off to the bench. Ben Elliott will collect through neutral ice as there's a bodies hit the deck right in front of the Kirk bench. Breaking forward, fourth out by the boards with Harry Marshall. Ben Elliott on the backhand will get a little love tap after the pass. We sourced out towards Warwood. Warwood again down over on this near side, but it's space. Bit more pace from Parnell in, and that blitzed right in. But comfortably dealt with by the netminder. 0-7 in between the pipes for Team Kirk. Off the draw, down at the boards. Kirk trying to break it out of their own zone, and the scrums haven't been going their way at the start. Walker will get Team Clark back in. That's wrested in from distance. The gold jersey isn't there to collect the rebound, so it comes back out to LC. Great drag around there by Max Vinikov. He'll get this going, and it's a heavy pass ahead, but there's going to be no icing. First to it is Ruben Champion. Hit into the boards from the back. Play will continue. Walker sends it off through the middle. Yates is there too. 50-50 ends up bouncing in towards the boards. And we'll get a whistle. First 4:40 played in this game. Draw a bit of a scramble in front of the benches. It looks like it will settle down at the hands of Team Kirk. Bruce will hit it off the boards and be chased down. Icing this time will be given. It was Sam Robertson, one of the Scots for the Five Flames. Will go down in towards the Kirk team territory. Corner and pushing forward again Down over on that far side. Comfortably done by Charlie Barker. Can't amount to anything as he has that sliced off him. Darren Tooling fanning on that clearance, trying to send it down for the ice. These guys already have a game in their legs today. An early start as well is not going to help them with a late finish. Tiredness certainly going to be setting in. Team Kirk played at 7:30 this morning. So that would explain perhaps a little bit of uncomfortability, but a good save there. Face-off coming to the right of netminder William John Hannah. It was fantastic with the England versus Scotland, and now a chance lurking at the back. Here comes Frankie Parnell, 1-0. Frankie Parnell, what a save! Full stretch out. Owen Severn says no. And the rebound there, Frankie Parnell in the end gets it in.
First goal for Team Clark was scored by number 8, assisted by 9. The time of the goal is 5 minutes and 58 seconds. So 5:58 getting late.
So an opening goal of the game then for Team Clark, brought down into the corner. Team Kirk trying to work it out into the corner. It's off the boards, and Clark trying to get moving again. It's Frankie Parnell looking for his second. Toe dragging his way, finding the space, but he just runs out of ice for him. And a tight gap not really being there for Team Clark to work their way through, as Team Kirk just all bunched it together in a huddle. Down across onto the far side. Filters through nicely towards Bo Reeder. Bo Reeder! Shot ever rising, parts of the overtime point on the 3-on-3. Marshall in a swarm of gold jerseys, unable to move his way through on towards John Hannah's net. It's played down, no icing given. And Ben Elliott's going to want a better game than he had this morning. Slow start. Unconventionally, or uncharacteristically poor for his standards. I know Ben Elliott can turn it on when needed. It was fantastic. Probably the MVP last year for the Leeds Knights, under 14 squad at the Junior National Championships. He's waiting around in the middle now. Classed as an under 15, but 2 age groups put into one for the 16s category this year. Played back round the boards, and they'll keep it on its way, centred through, but poking his head out was Caleb Walker, not allowing that shot to find its intended target of William John Hannah. That's centred through their space, but unable to control that down onto his stick was Harris McMillan. Kept in at the blue line. Linesman says it's good. First 8 minutes of the game gone. With Ben Elliott. Likes to get himself into space and he'll find it, but he fans on the shot and back the other way. Here comes Team Kirk. Going all the way forward, it's Forbes. Straight into the chest of John Hannah, though. He'll hold on to that comfortably, but Forbes showing his muscle, pushing forward. Face-off won by Team Kirk, fanning on the play around the boards. It's going to be kept in though, so they'll see able to do what they wanted to is Elon Berman. Here's an out vote for Team Kirk, centred through Aimed right down at Duran with Tyler Keller, another one of the Leeds Knights players, up towards Phillips, sent back down. Closes up, and that'll be Phillips, son of legend Jonathan Phillips, who the Phillips team is named after. Their under-16 squad will be in action after this one. Keller can't find Tooling, so it's to Bradford for Team Kirk. Dropped back in again, and it'll be chased onto by Alfie Moore. Up high for Elon Berman again. A bit of a coming together between two of the Clark teammates. I'm going to chip that down into the corner and go for some fresh legs. Out with pace, through the middle comes Berman. Oliver Bruce gets a shout up to the point, takes his time, bats it across to the far side ring. The 228s are going to wrap up each other. Charlie Barker was the one being hugged in the Team Kirk jersey. Down the length of the ice. This is going to go for icing, and back down in towards the Team Kirk zone it will go. Bo Reader across, options in the middle, straight into glove. 0-7, spills that, and we're going to get a few handbags after the fact. That will all just calm down a little bit after. Around trying to wrap it through, cuts through the blue paint. That one didn't need the attention of 0-7 as Clark players kind of just fell apart off it. 7 minutes to go into period. Back up high to the point. We've had a few good point shot goals here. Robertson though straight into the glove. Awkward catching position for 7, but it works for him. Stay at a 1-goal game. Reverse hit coming out onto the boards. Really turning the way this passage of play is going. Vinnikov gets a bit of space and he'll just walk himself into it. It's a 3-on-1. Vinnikov brings out a touchy save there from William John Hannah. Just got a bit of a glove onto it before it flew up. And Vinnikov just has this habit of appearing and doing some kind of quality out of it. Kept in at the blue line by Team Kirk. Only gives it away though to the goal of Clark, and they'll try and get moving out with a bit of speed. Great hustle. Beaumont can't keep it in though alongside Forbes. They'll cycle it back out through the neutral ice. Chip back in and to be chased onto by Vinnikov. Beaumont. Through again, blocked by traffic, and a scramble at the face-off to try and get hold on to it. As the puck just stuck in the Clark zone, will clear out now. but it's not moving. Keller in his own zone. Just a bit of a cautious look to the past minute or so from Team Clark. Team Kirk certainly not going to roll over and accept the fact they're going to keep pushing on. We whacked down by Charlie Barker, no icing. Trying to just get that lucky bounce, perhaps. Team Kirk in front. Through neutralizer goes is Darren Tooling. Tooling on his forehand, tight angle off the side netting. Back again, in towards territory of Clark. Is a great shot, forced to save by John Hanna. The rebound just fell awkwardly to the wayside and allow him to punish onto it. Goes back through the middle. Maguire has that poked off him, and Clark will move it quickly. And Bo Reeder, one of the danger men on this Clark side. Back in the hands of Team Kirk, they'll settle it down. 4 minutes and change remaining in this first period. Tight angle shots again from Bo Reeder. Great edge work, open it up. Couldn't hit the net, just the side netting of him. That's not where the goals are going to come from, though. Down in towards the middle, only finds the stick of Barry O'Hare. Bo Reeder on swivel once more. On the back of the nail, give it back, give away, wrap around, brilliant, genius stuff. And that is teamwork to fool a netminder. 14-40 gone in the first period. Clark double the lead. Kirk struggling just that little bit.
Goal number 2 from Team Clark, scored on 14 minutes and 40 seconds. Was once again scored by number 9. Scored by number 9, assisted by 8. That's 9 from 8 at 14 minutes and 40 seconds. An even goal for Team Clark.
Three minutes to try and get Team Kirk on the board in this first period. It's with Louis Champion. Played round it. Cut up from Berman, and they'll be sent back down. They'll try and build that up again with Berman. Back of the net. Trying to open up a gap to work themselves into. Moore wants it down low. They'll be sent back down, no icing. Moore isn't going to be first to it. Kirk can still keep it in the zone, and they'll do so. Dowd will try and just lean on Eden Surden as he tried to push his way through a crowd of traffic. With Louis Champion, got a bit of a lucky puck out of nowhere. Walker across the space now. Clark, chance for the third. A brilliant pass through. Fantastic save there, though, by 7. But there's a good penalty coming up. Slash on the going, yeah, Slash going against Kirk. It looks like Elon Berman will be heading to the box.
Team Kirk's number 6 receives a 2-minute minor penalty for slashing. The time of the penalty is 16 minutes and 13 seconds. At 16:30, Team Kirk's number 6, receiving 2-minute line of penalty.
Team Kirk on the back foot to start this end of, they'll be on the back foot actually on the start of the second period. They'll play through, especially if Team Clark can just get another goal here. They'll start to already put the pressure on and make it seem hard to come back from. Chances have come thinly for the Kirk side. Have had their moments, but they've certainly not been the better of the two sides, and the scoreline reflects that. There's going to be a chance by on the opposite side. Great save by William John Hanna as Marshall was just given an opportunity down on the opposite side, just looped over to him, couldn't make the most of it. Probably going to have to get a bit more creative, trying to beat William John Hanna on a breakaway like that. This is Bo Reeder. Ben Elliott. Square passing, trying to open up this near side is not to work with Frankie Parnell, so they'll go across over to the opposite side of the ice, and Ruben Yates around his own way, centre through. Chance just pushed aside, but smart stuff by Ben Elliott. The defenseman just popped out to nowhere. 30 seconds remaining on a man advantage. 10 seconds left in the period, though. Time starting to tick away. Is there a last second something? It's not going to be that. Clock strikes 18. That's first period done. It's Kirk 0, Clark 2.
At the end of the first period, we see the score with Team Clark 2 playing Kirk 1. There'll be a 2-minute break before we get into the next period. Starting 5 for the second period. Please go to starting 5 for the ice for the second period. Thank you.
There's an extra player needed on the side of Team Kirk. Now finally get that. I don't think they've got an extra man in the box with 14 seconds of 5 on 3. They do have 14 seconds of 5 on 4 though to contend with. And as Team Clark want to get themselves that 3-goal lead. Played right through the middle, couldn't capitalise on it. Play back now up high, up briefly back to full strength, but they're waiting for that 5th player to come back onto the ice. They've effectively been afforded an extra 10 seconds of man advantage from Team Clark. Vinnikov lurking at the back on the blue line whilst action still going on. Vinnikov will now drop himself back into the mix. Cross back dog, can't find Howe. Reggie Howe, excellent with Bo Reader and co. Speaking of Reader, on the puck now, centered back in, crashing right onto the netminder. Play will still continue. Team Clark just look comfortably set up in the zone. Cookless down low. Team Clark trying to centre it through, but the red jersey in front's not going to allow that one. And now Vinnikov gets absolutely ran over. A brick wall he met with his opposite number, and Frankie Parnell will come back the other end. Played out by William John Hanna as Parnell loses his stick and some fresh leg. Going to have to quickly deal with Forbes. He shoots it in. Oh, what a goal that is! Caden Forbes wrists it in right from distance, and William John Hanna don't quite know what hit him there. And Team Kirk half the deficit in the first minute 40 seconds of this second period.
It was scored by number 19 unassisted. That's the first goal for Team Kirk. It was scored at 19 minutes 38 seconds. It was an even-handed goal, scored by number 19 unassisted.
Walker through the neutral zone for Team Clark, wanting to respond quickly. Centre through, back door, trying to play it with McMillan. He just couldn't connect properly off the blade of the stick. Now with Yates. Big one-timer, spills it in the glove. Great kick save to respond, and that gets a draw from a crowd. 0-7 of perhaps his best save so far of the day. Kariainen. Cross in front of the Kirk bench as they'll just play it in towards the opposition netminder. We played aside and it'll be collected by Ruben Yates. Stretched out across, tape to tape stuff there as McMillan's nailed it onto his forehand. McMillan, great save by 0-7. Didn't challenge him too much. Perhaps left a bit too much of the near side open on the netting. Perhaps tight shot there would have worked out in their favour as two Clark players come together. It's going to allow the opportunity for Kirk to close down. In the end, back with possession is Team Clark. Want to just get things comfy and set. Bo Reader trying to go coast to coast all by himself. Plays it through, but sticking the air and onto his backhand, not doing any favours. This time, a chance is going to be bought by Ruben Yates, and no idea where this is going. The wraparound was there. 0-7 had no idea where the puck was. An awkwardly played, poor technique, and a great goal-scoring opportunity is going to miss. There might be one down the other end. Dealt with by Keller. His own goal, set up by Ben Elliott. Hit round hard. Looking to pounce on it though is Maguire. Back the other way from a quick turnover and offside are Clark. Face off in front of the Team Clark bench. Bit of space open for Reggie Howe. He'll lay it off well. Back to Reggie Howe, and Parnell and co. just close in and tangle over each other. Being their own worst enemies in that situation. More bodies hit the neck for both sides in the zone of Team Clark. Great turnover. Just offside, they say. He didn't look it from here. But a quick call, and that would have been Clark off to the races with a 2-on-1. Gets blown down just under 5 minutes played in this first period. Go back out in front. They do win the face-off with Reggie Howe. Out in front with Caleb Walker, but couldn't get that shot off. Sent down the length for the ice, will be played out by William John Hanna. Off the boards will be kept in by Forbes. He takes a little stumble and a penalty coming up. An interference call is going to go against Ben Elliott here.
Team Clark's number 6 receives a 2-minute minor penalty for interference. The time of the penalty was 23 minutes and 17 seconds. At 23:17, Team Clark's number 7. Number 6 receives a 2-minute minor penalty for interference.
Eden Surden trying to drive the net for Team Kirk. Power play opportunity. Great chance for them to tie the game back up. This with Josh Guy up high to Pearson, back down low with Guy. Bit of a mishandle, 2 bodies come together. Guy, better movement of the body, keeps himself up on 2 feet. Played across again, trying to jam it short side off the shoulder of John Hanna. Marshall. He will stick to it as Clark does send that down for the length of the ice, 200 foot gone. And so is 1 minute and 10 seconds off the power play for Team Kirk. Surden. Marshall. To the top of the face-off circle over on this near side. Point shot blocked high from Josh Guy. 25 seconds left on the clock. On this power play. 7 minutes gone in this second period. We approach the halfway stage of the game. 10 seconds left. Short-handed chances. Cookless from Team Clark just shoots that one wide. Barker can't control that one and not out to full strength. A brief 3-on-1 perhaps. Body's getting back for Team Kirk. Ben Elliott fresh out of the box. Sent in and awkwardly off the side of the netting from Cookless's low hanging wrist shot. Cleared out, and McGuire, first 2 this race, trying to avoid the stick check coming in from Cookless. And the house as they go again. Quick give back and a heavy touch is going to allow DJ Dow to hold on to this. In his own zone, quick back turnover, and Clark come at it again. That just nicks off the post. McMillan, I think it looked like 7 just guided a tiny bit. He's got something on it, enough to push it aside. With Bruce. He'll clear it out with Maguire. Face off straight out, up high to Berman. That blocked well though by Blake Warwood. Back out to Berman, a bit more of a better shooting lane, an inch of hesitation. Will elect to drive it forward himself. Back out through, shot just cutting through the blue paint. Not troubling Hannah in the goal. It's champion. Offside. Warwood, a bit of a miscommunication as the linesman already backing off. It's going to allow Team Clark to get something going again. Parnell. Across to Warwood. Cross sides, they're trying to find Max Vinikar, but it's going to be swiped away, and here's Frankie Parnell. Smashed down. He's unhappy. Big stick lift on Forbes and just helped himself out there. Looked like he was going to retaliate with a bit of frustration, but just went to the bench instead. Smart stuff there by Frankie Parnell. Burrida trying to get smart. Puck stays in play. Everyone just seems to shoot off a bit, but off the shoulder, a shot like that never troubling the netminders. And now going to be a one-on-one breakaway chance here. Getting himself into an opportunistic position, but a great stick check. Doesn't allow Forbes to get anything going, and a slap shot back down in frustration. Offside though. Our Team Kirk, they wanted to pounce on a loose connection, but they're able to gather. Trying to send through, but can't connect to a goal. Jersey. It goes down the length for the ice. No icing given, though. Collected a long way before the goal line by Sam Robertson. And over onto the far side. Goes back across. Chance in front. Held on to briefly by 0-7. The whistle goes, so we'll just let it flow. 11-10 gone. Just over 6, or just under 7 minutes rather. Play remaining in this second period. Awkward bounce, nearly gave the chance to Kirk to clear out of his own. They'll be able to do so now. It's Eden Surden across ice. Goes Surden driving forward again. It just falls awkwardly off the stick of Harry Marshall. To reset what they were trying to do there. Blocked by the legs and a bit of uncomfortability, it seems, by one of the Leeds Junior United players, trying to come with a heavy amount of pace as Caleb Walker, but he gets shut down at the boards. Kept in at the blue line though, that's wristed in. No one's there for the rebound off the boards behind the net. Marshall, out the near side, passing through the penalty boxes. Elis. Got Tooling up ahead, options on both sides of him. He'll drive it up himself, drop back to Tooling. Elis overskates himself. Just a hit afterwards as well. one time from Eles, just sails wide of the net. Missed stick check, but it ends up being collected into the pocket, or into the skates, and we're going to get a whistle with just over 5 minutes play in this second period. Trying to slow the pace down just for a little bit, Team Clark, as they come through over on the far side. Nearly bringing down the man carrying the puck. It's going to be attempted to be jammed in, and a very aggressive stick lift to pass on the message just for good measure. Out in front, scrambling a bit, was 0-7. Well, changing the netminders mid-game this time around, which what they did last time with the under-16s kick with Zach Lyle and 0-7. Probably saw the benefit it had, giving Volkovs the full game for Team Clark. With 4 minutes left in the period. Cheaply given up there. The right in front are going to try and crash it through. It comes out to the point. There's a player down or injured on the ice. We'll get up to his feet after the whistle. You can see he's doing all okay there. Going to go down for icing and back down into the Clark zone. I'll go 14-46 gone. Period and a bit of hockey left, and a full game to come. The conclusion of day 2 will involve 2 more under 16s. The other 2, it's Team Bounds versus Team Phillips. Bounds, a draw and an overtime win, on the overtime point, and a loss for Phillips on both ends of the spectrum. Out by Yates. As that played down to chase on to. Kirk Sterling trailed by a goal. Tried to centre it through, but it has to go up to Bradford. Back down into the corner, that's tipped off the stick of McMillan. Eden Surden. Bradford is there, Surden's going to go at it himself, dished off to the hash marks. Back through, trying to find Berman. Bradford to Eden Surden. And despite all that moving of the puck, no one wanting to shoot it for Team Kirk. Doesn't give them the opportunities they needed to tie the game up. Into the zone. Team Kirk working well, turning, shooting, and it might just have tipped in. They think it's in. Given a no-goal, and that looked, at least from a position of more, he thought that was in. Final minutes of play in this second period. Kirk trail by a goal. With a bit of zone time when they passed a minute or so. This is going to be a great opportunity. Right in front, can't even hit the target. Sami Kolisek has to be doing better in positions like that. Down on the floor is Charlie Barker. It pops out towards Darren Tooling. Not the greatest of first games, but the second game, he's had his moments like that one. If he can come good, this Clark team may just look to be a little bit unstoppable. Champion giving up freely and missing the net again from point-blank range. Pulling the trigger. Perhaps when they need to scope in a bit more. Team Clark is not the first time this game that they've had a few just blunders in front of goal. You have to think, what could the lead be? And that's going to be the 18-minute mark in the period. And after 36 minutes of hockey, it's Kirk 1, Clark 2.
Starting comments to the ice, please, coaches.
Third and final period time here at EIH Sheffield. And our penultimate game of the day. Team Kirk trail by a goal. Played down towards the Kirk end. Vinikov will collect. 18 minutes left on the clock to try and muster something up. Team Clark looking the much better of the two sides throughout this game. The fantastic goal that got Kirk within one. Haven't had many chances since. Cleared out towards Frankie Parnell. Here's where a lot of the danger can come from. He's shot off the leg of Forbes. Forbes a couple of chances as well this game. Just gets sat upon. Vinikov back with it. He's got Louis Champion on his inside. It's across the Champion, but as it crosses the ice, sticked away by one of the Team Clark players. It's off your leg pad and round it will go. Picked up down at the half boards. They cut through to the hash marks. Sent it in. Spilt, but dealt with by Severn's teammates. Marshall. Across on this near side, trying to cut his way through. Great work getting it off his skate back onto his stick. It laid up onto one of the Kirk players on the far side of the boards. Harry Marshall will fire one on that and it will be held on to by William John Hannon. We'll get a face-off just 2 minutes into this second period. Shot wristed in towards the net of 9-7. Clark are attacking. Great spot cross ice in front of the Kirk bench, but that pass down into the middle isn't as effective as they would have hoped. Here comes Team Kirk. Brilliant work all the way through. Just run out of room to get the shot off, and as it filters all the way out of zone towards Josh Guy, a wasted opportunity. Moving forward for Team Kirk. Similar vein of that one. Surden will collect it loosely. And back into zone and a bit of space to work with Surden. He's going to elect to shoot and he does score! Eden Surden opened up his body like he was going to play that across. And in the end, that just opened up a bit more space. The goalie relaxed that a little bit more. And Surden gets his first goal of the weekend and ties the game up for Kirk. Just 3 minutes gone into this third and final period. It's Kirk 2, Clark 2.
38 minutes and 56 seconds. It was scored by number 8 on the season. At 38 minutes and 56 seconds, Team Kirk, second goal, was scored by
Ball pass pounced on again by Team Kirk. Bruce to Barker. Played down into the corner. Reggie Howe dishes that one out across the ice, collected by Parnell. Chipped out and chased, back door, out of nowhere. I don't think 0-7 quite realised that Bo Reeder was coming, but the Kingston Sharks juniors Almost telepathic, knew what to do there. And Team Clark have to just settle themselves back down. A bit of a miscommunication offside for a long, long time. That's going to allow Team Kirk back in, trying to pin it on the awkward far side. As Oliver Bruce entered the zone. Bruce and Parnell collide through mid-ice as Bruce just trying to go on a forecheck here. Settling it down. Team Clark waiting for a gap, and a gap opens up for Bo Reader off the crossbar. That ripped right back into the boards. That had some kick to it, Bo Reader, and his shot could have given Clark the lead once more. Not to be. I think a win here would guarantee them a spot in the final tomorrow evening. It's our headline game tomorrow as they're coming together. We'll play it out on the ice. Can't quite see who it is yet. Up to his feet. Now the player looking comfortably fine. Five minutes gone in this final period. Ben Elliott moving with some speed and ferocity straight into the chest, though. His shot of towards 0-7. Settle things down once more. Face-off win comes out up toward Ben Elliott. Cross ice, shot in low, that flung wide. Clark, the team just looking to go royally hunting here right now. Unhappy that it's a tie game. They think they deserve more. That tip just wide, and by the reaction of the crowd, I believe 7 may have just got something on that. Out in front. Hold on to it this time round. Kirk are they able to get out of their zone? They will do so. Forbes. Just getting them stuck in their own zone a bit here. Louis Champion, a poor one again. No one's there to help them recover and get it back going. So enjoying some time in zone now will be Caleb Walker. Played into the corner, back round, and Kirk should have been out of this zone long earlier, and they'll do so. Don't want too many main call veils right on the doorstep. Not given, and as Kirk goes for a change forward, it opens up for him. Just poked off him, he's forced the long way round. Right with Tulling. Keller. Chase this down as Josh Guy grabs a hold of the puck. Great turning move there by Surzan over on the far side. Trying not to be brought down. He will do so, though. No call given, a little murmur from the stands. The puck stopped dead in its tracks and will get a face off just outside of the bench of Team Clark. Kariainen. Now Josh Guy. Played round towards Harry Marshall. Again, Kirk just stuck in their own zone. Frustratingly for them. They would like a win on the boards, but a pass like that, the way just not to it, nearly brought a chance for Kirk to take the lead back again. Centered through into the mixer, just pops out. Nothing going the way they don't want it to. Couple second guesses. Great 50-50 win though by Bo Reeder. He'll get himself into the zone once more. Just running out of room. That's come out to be played. One time though as Reeder had unsettled the netminder of 7. And Vienna's going to come back out, and Marshall is one-on-one. There's got 3 coming back though, and one of those does collect it off him. He's back with Bo Reeder for Team Clark. 9.5 minutes remain in the game. Still all square here at 2 apiece. Parnell has that. Duke's behind him, try and win the battle. He's Hagdorn. Reeder across as, again, Clark back into the zone. And that goes down the length for the ice. So, icing given against Team Clark.
I'd just like to get something out of my system altogether.
And back out with Team Kirk. A bit of a heavy touch there from Bruce, forced down into the corner. He's got Hagdorn up top. He's going to have to be brought into work here to keep the play rolling. He'll do so. Finds Maguire. Not the greatest of shots, as he may as well have tried to pass that into the corner the way he didn't catch all of it. Looking down low was Keller wanting to get in business. It's not to be for him. Barker. Comes across, but swapped out from the back of him by Bradford. Or Berman. With Bradford, heavy touch again, and Kirk are just too slow to react. Clark able to just get things moving a bit there. Offside given. We'll get a full line change in. Final 6 minutes of play. Forbes in the corner for Team Kirk. That swiped off him as he tried to play it forward. Kept in by Josh Guy and opening up in a bit of space. It's going to pull out to Vinnikov. He'll turn and shoot, but again blocked by traffic. Josh Guy loses the puck, so makes the hit. And offside are Kirk. So that allows Clark to come back in. Heavy touch, Bo Reader pushed in. A mistake briefly by Seven, and he recovers well and holds on to the puck for a face-off in Kirk territory. In net, that tipped wide across the face of goal. Scramble comes out to Surden. Game-tying goal for England. That's a big hit. There's going to be a penalty coming up here. An elbow given against Eden Surden. So going in favour of Eden Surden.
Team Clark's number 8 receives a 2-minute minor penalty for elbows. That's Team Clark receives
so 5 minutes left.
For elbows.
A power play opportunity to try and tie this game up. They'll try and take the lead rather.
There's 48 minutes and 59 seconds. 48:59. Team Clark's number 8 receives a 2-minute minor penalty for elbows.
Berman again out of zone. Kirk not been able to hold on to it. But a goal here, and it may be tough to pull back for Team Clark. Both sides will. No, Clark will actually go. Well, Clark will have a win and a loss. If that was the case, it'll be a win and a draw. But no bonus point for Team Kirk as of yet. We'll get that 3-on-3 overtime as well. Trying to go short-handed though is Ben Elliott. He loses a puck in the end and is with his opposite number of Elon Berman. 50 seconds gone off the power play. Forbes wants it. Lurking at the blue line, he's cool. Yes, ignored, so push forward. Surden will overlap and creating a bit of space. Here's Champion. That's kept in at the blue line by Berman. Back to Surden. Braden's across and it finds him. Chance straight into the chest though. And a confident stop by William John Hanna. 50 seconds remain on the man advantage for Team Kirk. Out and chip downs, 25 seconds remain on the man advantage. Kirk moving with Louis Champion. Perhaps for a 2-on-2 chance, but Kirk is going to kill off the final few seconds of the power play. Got up to full strength. Now we're going to start moving. 3 minutes remain. Moving quickly is Bo Reader. Battle as well, forces a mistake from Pearson. Clark laying on some physicality with Reader. Full stretch out, can't control it. Forbes and Surden together. Quick shot there by Forbes. Blinking, you miss it, but he is into traffic. into the boards again, right off the penalty box door. Moore losing, snatching DJ Dowd's stick rather awkwardly by accident into his armpit. Vinnikov, he's got himself through two of a nice move. He's got a bit of a wall to recover with though. It's spilt by John Hanna. One-timer coming in. And the net comes off. There's going to be no change, but the shot's got to be better. It flew wide of the net. But John Hanna poor off the rebound. I think both sides could have been doing a much better job there, both putting themselves at a bit of risk. Or not taking advantage of the risk that was given to them. Cross not able to be kept in, a lurking pass. Tooling moves into the middle. Tooling in a dangerous spot, rips it across his body, sails wide the shot. Just a bit too much, trying to get the wraparound in, or pull better into the centre. Collected, however, by Team Kirk, and try and get it out of their zone. Vinnikov lurks down by the blue line. Ilkud in front, back with Vinnikov. Vinnikov on his forehand, man, just bleats past the net. Best chance for Vinnikov, or one of many he's had in this game in a similar vein. That dump was blocked by Charlie Barker. He's trying to find Darren Tooling down at the blue line. He'll want a second chance at that shot he had just moments ago. Chipped down and not controlled by Sam Robertson. Maguire will try and put the pressure in. 30 seconds remain. And we're going to end up with another draw for Team Kirk. Out into her own zone. 18 seconds. Tooling gets it onto his stick, but it's poked away. Trying to clear it with Hagdorn. Tooling there still all by himself off the post with 10 seconds to go. Tooling couldn't get closer than that. And it's going to fall out of the zone, and that's going to be it. The whistle's going to go. And we are tied then at 2-2. And we'll be back in a couple minutes' time. The general score ends in a draw, and now we'll play for a bonus point.
Lines out to 3-on-3 overtime, please.
Then bonus point overtime. Is either side going to be able to take home that extra point? Ended in a draw, even if there was a winner, even if it was buried by Darren Tooling, we'd still be going to the overtime just to compete for that extra point. It's given up to Ben Elliott. Ben Elliott cutting through, trying to toe drag it around Harrison Pearson. Just missed the net by just a few inches. Now back into the fray of things. Trying to jam it forward is Frankie Parnell. He can't find a way through into the gap. Down on this near side, the other way comes Kirk. Offside as Forbes miles ahead of Louis Champion. Throws his head to the sky, but see from a mile off that Forbes are just a little too feisty about himself. Bo Reader. Offside again will go up the other end of the ice. First minute of overtime gone. Surden will step up for this face-off against Tyler Keller. Out through, aimed at Keller, but Surden swipes that back. He looks for his second goal of the game. Be good to get that bonus point for Kirk. They 2 draws this game, 2 draws today. No bonus point, right, lost out to Bounds. And Surden just taking his time. Feeling his time for opening rounds of a boxing match almost. And that's a poor pass. It just splits through Kariainen. And Keller, who we know can be a deadly scorer, he's got a couple already today. Played across, and that's going to benefit. Is now Kariainen in space, across to Surden. Runs out of room, backhanded pass to Kariainen, but stick on the ice. Not there for Kariainen. That could have been Kirk through on goal. Second minute of overtime gone. Awkwardly behind, and we're going to be at a full race to avoid an icing, and a massive battle as Max Vinnikov gets it, trying to play it round off the boards, but that nearly ended up being costly. Yates was able to recover well, looking tired though, back checking. Vinnikov still looking as lively as he was this morning, centres it through, can't find the target of Forbes. Scrum now into the board, it pops out massively halfway down the Clark zone. Now we'll step in with Ben Elliott. And at the sense point of the Clark overtime earlier, carrying that puck, ever so sensible, great IQ from Ben Elliott, showing just onside, full stretch out was Tooling. Now Kirk comes the other way. Again, just under the stick of Harry Marshall this time. It's the number 18 who's not got his stick on the ice. Up to Josh Guy, who pounced on it, and William John Hanna throwing his entire body at that. Save that bonus point for Team Clark. Both sets of players looking tired. See the pace just knocking off a bit. So I think overtime's become a bit more of a tactical game. Chess, not checkers. Robertson hasn't had many shifts though, so he's still got some energy left in his legs. Couldn't nick it round though between the legs. Forbes as well. Couldn't connect with that pass to him. And Bo Reader, don't give him space. He'll certainly be one to enjoy a shot. Along with Frankie Parnell, opened up the scoring here. Played it across to Reader. Brilliant, perfect! And Reader buries it. Who else but Parnell and Reader together? Extra point for Clark. And they'll go right to the very top of the under-16 standings. In the end, it'll be a draw with the general score, but a bonus point goes to Team Clark, and we'll be back in about 20 minutes' time for our final game of the day. As the under-16s, Phillips versus Bounds game. We'll see you in about 20 minutes' time.
39 at 57-39, golden goal, game goal, scored by 8 assisted by 9 and 26. Thank you, the players.